very good afternoon, everyone. It is the Kenya national pool team taking on the Tanzania national pool team in the East African Derby, called it the Swahili Derby. It is another match in the preliminary round, called it the group stage of the ongoing All African Pool Championships. We are at the Sun Coast Hotel and Casino in Durban, South Africa. There is some kind of disagreement between the teams. Friend that is going on between Tanzania's Abdallah Hussein and Kenya's Jackson Kariuki. Maybe they are not so sure that there has been a foul or not. I will be giving you an update on the scores after some reconciliation that has to go on. Otherwise, these are the lineups for both of the teams after 5 frames played. For the team that is Tanzania, there is Norbert Kobelota, there is Musa Mukwega, Isaiah Paulo, Amadeus Mazerek, and Abdallah Hussein. While for the Kenya national team, the Tanzanians are by the way called the Taifa Stars. Then the Harambee Stars of the Kenya national team are called. There is Cyrus Maina, David Mbodi, BK Collins Toy, Patrick Nyangusi. No, Patrick Yegon. Nyangusi is Tanzanian, I'm mistaken, as well as Jackson Kariuki Mrefu. The frame that you're watching is between David Mbodi BK for Kenya, who are joining black, taking on Norbert Kobelota. We call him Kobelota, is actually called Norbert Kobelo. While there is another frame in the background between Isaiah Paulo. I'll be giving you as many frames as possible, focusing on one at one particular time. Why not? Because, yes, for the sake of focus, the Black Ninja in Isaiah Paulo of Tanzania is taking on Patrick. We call him VP of Kenya. And then another is just about to start between Amadeus Mazerek, who is taking on Jackson Kariuki. 3-3 between Tanzania and Kenya. You can have side of the scoreboard as of now. There has been a cue ball lifted by the player. David Mbuthi claims he's supposed to be winning the frame. Norbert Kobelo doesn't believe why he has forgotten that he's never supposed to lift the cue ball off the bed of the pool table by himself. He's arguing with players and fans. The rules are clear. It will be the match officer to make the final call. And the frame is won by Kenya. And now they lead by 4 frames to 3. Can now have sight of the frame between Amadeus Madzerek. He's taking on Jackson Kariuki. Jackson Kariuki is the Mrefu guy. He's called Mrefu because of his height. He's taking on Amadeus, the Tanzanian. Kenya 4, Tanzania 3.
Make sure, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Momentum is shifting the way of the Kenyans. I don't ever remember them defeating the Tanzanian team. Someone watching on the stream, especially if you're watching on Kenya, you may remind me if I am wrong in the comment section. I don't ever remember Kenya defeating Tanzania ever. If they win this match, it could be something of history in the making. Jackson Kariuki could win a 5th out of 8, taking down Amadeus with 1 visit of the table. And it's in Kenya 5, Tanzania 3. Now it is the frame between Cyrus Maina and Abdallah Hussein. Here we are.
Make sure to win. Make sure to win. How? Ready? Ready?
The Kenyan player VP has won frame number 9. The score now increases by 1. It is Kenya 6 and Tanzania 3. Another frame is about to happen between Norbert Kobelota taking on Colin Stowey. There's also another now happening between Jackson Kariuki. He's lagging against Isaiah Paulo, but we shall have to see if Cyrus Maina will be winning this one. Come on, Cyrus. That is arrogance, but it's okay. Contemplating whether to need to put black to the corner pocket at the bottom of the screen or the side pocket on the left. He wants to play top spin, cue ball following the yellow, bouncing off the cushion, wants to put black to the side pocket on the left. The Kenyan players and fans are already clapping and celebrating at what they believe will be a 7th for them, but it isn't obvious. He has to pot, he has to aim, he has to shoot, and he misses it bigly. Still 6 frames to 3, the Tanzanians are down. Colin Sway is breaking against Norbert Kobelota, while Jackson Kariuki is breaking against Isaiah Paulo. I'm having commentary of this match on my YouTube channel, Break and Finish Live. The same commentary is being shared on Samson Kiboga Facebook page. So sorry for those that are watching on Facebook. Sometimes I may not exactly be commentating on the same frame that the Facebook camera is on, but you can as well be following on another frame. I'll be joining the one that you are watching as well. They only arrived about 3 hours ago, the Kenyans, and they are already on table. Kenya can easily be called, I think rightly as well, the most improved team on the African continent, and that can apply to both sides of the gender divide. Abdallah Hussein. Abdallah Hussein coming from the Snipers team in Dar es Salaam, taking on Cyrus Maina coming from the Kasarani team in Kenya. It looks like Hussein is taking Oilers, stealing the frame. It was always a suspect decision how Cyrus intended to play the black in a very thin side pocket, and Cyrus is now allowing Hussein to take the frame, and is inspiring support from the Tanzanians. It is now 6 frames for Kenya and 4 for Tanzania, and yet on the opposite table another could be won by the Tanzanians. It is Isaiah Paulo, the Black Ninja, seeming like he's about to do what exactly Abdallah has just done. The yellow is portable direct or off the red, cue ball remaining where the yellow is thin. It's going to be 2 frames being won in quick succession by the Taifa Pool Stars. Tanzania 5 and Kenya 6. We can have a look at the frame between Norbert Kobelota and Collins Toy. He's one of the more dependable players. Kobelo from Dar es Salaam, playing for a team that is Snipers. Well, he's taking on the guy that is not only the captain of the Kenya national team, but also the captain of the Mchana Knights team. Kobelota is snookered at least partially. He doesn't simply want to find the red, he wants to put it. That's why he's not intent simply on finding it off the cushion, but wants to curve the cue ball around the yellow a bit, find the red, and hopefully put it. Six frames to 5. Another frame is going to be lagged between Abdallah Hussein of Tanzania and David Mbuthi of Kenya, while another is being broken between Patrick Mwangi, we call him VP, he's taking on Amadeus, that is of Kenya and Tanzania respectively. Could be black-potted prematurely. Norbert Kobelo survives. I don't know how far he survives anyway. Taking on, if I'm not mistaken, the guy that could be the most experienced shooter on both teams combined. I don't see a way Collins will allow Kobelota to take this frame away. There is a reason as why he has been a member of the Kenya national pool team from there. That was about 2000 and maybe 10 up to now, 16 years and still counting. Once again, the score is 6 frames to 5. The Kenyans leading against the Tanzanians. That is for the last team to have arrived at the venue, becoming the first team to win the frame. If they do win a match, there has been a foul. Very unfortunate. Cue ball has been played into the yellow, but none of the balls did reach the cushion besides the yellow not being potted. It's like the Tanzanians are winning a third in a row, just like the Kenyans did about 10, if not 15 minutes ago on 3 tables. Looks like it is done for Kobelota. And Fiti, as Collins Sway is nicknamed, will have himself to blame for an opportunity that was given away almost as a gift to the Tanzanians. For now, sink black in and equalize in the match. It is Kenya 6 and Tanzania 6. Time to watch the frame between. We've not watched David Mbudhi at all. He's taking on Abdallah Hussein. There it is. He's called BK. He's one of the most consistent Kenyan shooters today. You can as well call him kind of a Kenyan champion because he won the biggest event in the country last year. That was the Shujaa team, at Timbuktu in Kenya. Competition of strictly Kenyans at Timbuktu in Eldoret. And look how he's on the verge of putting black, how he's on the verge of regaining the lead for his team. He's simply Mr. Dependable, aiming for the black, wanting to play with power. It is a miss. Well, it could be a second consecutive frame being given away cheekishly by the Kenyans. The one by Colin, now the one by David. Advantage Tanzania, advantage Jula. Patrick Mwangi is now taking on Musa Mukwega, nicknamed VP and Messi respectively, while Cyrus Maina of Kenya is as well taking on Tanzania's Amadeus Makizere. Off the cushion is Devin Buthi and he fouls. The frame between Patrick Maina and Amadeus has been won by sorry, it is Cyrus Minor. He has defeated Amadeus. The Kenyans are leading again. It is 7 frames to 6. We see where this one goes. The little bit of benefit of doubt is the fact that black is frozen against the cushion, but we have seen that the tables can be very, very, very friendly when balls are driven against the rail. The red that is closest to the bottom corner pocket could be the one to be played. First, I want to think the one that is leftwards, just tapping it with some kind of little backspin. Cue ball is natural for the other, just like that. And is again leaving some little cut between white and red. If you put to the center pocket again, if it draws backwards, the cue ball moves leftwards. Naturally, he simply has to manipulate power. It's the shot he's going to play. It's the shot he's playing, and he's playing it perfectly well. 9 times out of 10, he will be putting this kind of ball with ease, as Devin both praise. He doesn't win the frame. The frame is won by Abdallah Hussein. It is Kenya 7 and Tanzania 7. The frame between Musa Mukwega, Messi, and Patrick Mwangi, VP. Today's Tanzania team has been dominated by the Snipers team. They are dominating the national team. Here is another of them, Musa Mukwega. First time I saw him on the Tanzania national team, I think was in 2022, part of the team that came fourth at the All Africa Pool Championships in Lusaka. He was as well part of the team that came second in the All Africa Pool Championships in the previous edition, 2023. Now intent on winning a frame that is giving Tanzania a lead for after a long while in the match. He wants to put the last yellow to the corner pocket. Top right cue ball wouldn't be obvious for the black, which is as well in between a few reds. It will be something of a shot. He pulls the draw. He draws the cue ball close to the black, but closer to the reds. It is a snooker. This advantage Musa should have played with power. Simply play with power. Split the reds open, have sight of the black, and play it in some corner pocket. That one will be bad game reading, but there's also bad lighting. I may have to have a different camera angle. Just so as to improve the lighting as well. Another frame is starting between David Mbuthi, BK of Kenya. That was close. David Mbuthi is taking on Amadeus Mazerek. And another is going to be tossed between Abdallah Hussein of Tanzania, who is going to be taking on Kenya's Collins Toure. The Swahili Derby is as close and as tense can be. They are so familiar to each other, these players, say to one another, because of the so many times that the Tanzanians frequent into competitions in Kenya, also the so many times that the Kenyans frequent into competitions in Tanzania. There was a team event that was organized at Mchana Pool Club sometime last year, and the Tanzanians were in participation. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was won by the Q Masters team from Tanzania, but the Kenyans were also handy at Q Masters in Arusha in Tanzania. Later in there, participating, the Mchana Night team came second to the eventual winners, the Tanzanian Snipers. But now One of the Ghana players, that is Patrick Mwangi. We call him VP, drawing the cue backwards, having to be on target, which he is, and will have a relatively easy block to put. His teammates have twice thrown out opportunities like this. How confident will VP be? Perfectly confident. Kenya regain their lead, 8 frames to 7. And what can Abdallah Hussein do in response to that? Here is our answer. These guys are already celebrating. Of course, there has been another frame that has been won by the Tanzanians. It's Amadeus that has beaten David Ngudi BK. The score is now 8 for Kenya and 8 for Tanzania. The East African Derby is really delivering. There's a lot of noise at the arena. The singing team, most especially those from the Southern African region. The match between Zambia and South Africa has a lot of noise. The match between, I think it's Eswatini and Botswana, even more noise. Here is the sniper, Abdallah Hussein, sniping down Collins Tway to set a lead for the Tanzanian team for the first time in quite a long while. There he goes. The cue ball couldn't have been played any better. The Tanzanians lead at the business end of the match. It is 9 for Tanzania and 8 for Kenya. And if the Tanzanians could take another shortly between Norbert Kobelo, who is taking on Cyrus Minor. Here is the frame. Frame number 16 it is. Frame number 17 is going to be tossed between David Mbuthi. No, there's a substitute that is Fahad Osman. He's going to be taking on Isaiah Paulo. While there is another frame that's about to start between Tanzania's Musa Mkwega. I think he's taking on Jackson Kariuki of Kenya. Here he is, Patrick Mwangi. He has been one of Kenya's best players in this match so far. Maybe the more dependable ones, utilizing chances he's given. How good can he hit this one? In what is continuously becoming a new look Kenyan team, the only constant seemingly being Collins Tway. In the meantime, it is becoming worse and worse and worse for the Kenyan team. 2 more frames have been won by Team Tanzania. It is now 10 frames to 7. Tanzania in the lead. They now need to win 3. The Tanzanians, the Kenyans need to win 6 out of the remaining 8. This one must surely be one of them if they are even to stand any chance, because it is winnable and they are in play. Also, frame ongoing between Fahad Osman and Isaiah Paulo. Frame ongoing between Jackson Karaoke and Musa Mkwega. Trying my best to give you a 360-degree coverage of the match. As many players to be covered as possible, as many tables as possible, and as much focus as possible. Also, as much information about the game as possible between the 2 teams of all that have never won the event, that is the All Africa Pool Championships. Tanzania's best ever show up in the men's black bottom event was 2023. They came second to South Africa. And also, one of their players in that event, that is Amadeus Makizerek, was the top scorer and most valuable player of the team event. And as for Kenya, I don't remember them making the semi-finals. If they do, this could be their best year so far. In the singles, the Tanzanians no Tanzanian has ever won the men's singles. I don't remember any. I do remember one Kenyan having reached the semi-finals, that is Henry Mwangi at the singles in black ball in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania in 2014. But then there comes the fighting VP. Has a relatively sharp way to cut to the corner pocket at the top of the screen. 10 frames to 7 guys. Patrick VP aiming to make it 8 for the Kenyans. Could he not? Could he pot? Is the cue ball safe? Probably not. That's why he's taking a lot of time. Sinks in both red and white. The cue ball was never ever going to be safe. Advantage Kobelota. Advantage Tanzania. It's becoming a little bit funny. Maybe not yet done over by the fact that he lifted the cue ball in one of the frames and lost it to David Mbodi. Now he wants the umpire to lift the cue ball from the table mechanism as well. He's clearly winning the frame. He's too good to let it back. But as he plays, there is one Kenyan that is aiming for black. He's called Fahad Osman. He's come on to the team only from the substitute bench. He plays for the Mchana Knights from Nairobi, and he pulls one back. But the frame that he has just pulled back could be erased by Norbert Kobelota, who is on the verge of putting black as well, like you can see. Tanzania 11, Kenya 8. It is Musa Mkwega on 6 yellows for Tanzania, taking on Jackson Karaoke on the black for Kenya. 11 frames to 8, the Tanzanians are leading. The Kiswahili Derby is having Tanzania lead by 11 frames to 8, leading to win 2. For the Kenyans, they can afford only to give out one more frame to lose, or else give the match away. Now for the black as this, you fancy that the long hands of Jackson Karaoke will be aiming it into the center pocket. Cue ball is safe. If black is spotted, it cannot be played into the yellow that is frozen against the cushion. He simply has to be on target, and cue ball is safe, and he wins the frame. Kenya 9, Tanzania 8. We can have a look at another frame that is happening between, looks like, Abdallah Hussein of Tanzania. He's taking on today's Mr. Dependable Kenyan, Patrick Mwangi, VP. The source of light, guys, is so close to the bed of the pool tables. That's why you see a lot of flashy photography, a lot of flashy videography. So please accept my apologies. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is, especially for this very table. He needs to win this, and then one of the teammates to win another, and then confirm the victory. He has been winning frame after frame after frame, even the one that came so close to losing, I think, against the player that was minor. He came to win it in some kind of way. This one should be a 12 for the Tanzanians, having one of the most dependable players for the last decade for Tanzania, winning it for them. I think he has played so far 4 and has won 3. This one is likely to be a 4th out of 5. Yes, he has won 3 out of 4. Should be backspin this one. There goes the backspin, there goes the movement of the cue ball, and there goes the perfection. Tanzania is already celebrating. There they are. Tanzania 12 and Kenya 8. 4 frames to go. Kenya must win them all. Kenya has won a 9th by, not yet, sorry, it is still 12-8. And the Tanzanians are chanting one more. The one could be the one that is being lagged between Musa Mkwega Messi taking on Fahad Osman of Tanzania. But then there is one that is a little closer to getting finished between Jackson Karaoke. He is taking on Norbert Kobelota. We are watching the live coverage of the All Africa Pro Championships. We are at Fan Coast in Durban, in South Africa. Men's preliminary blackball team event between the two neighboring East African countries, only separated by a border at Namanga. They have a lot in common, sharing a language, sharing a mountain in Kilimanjaro, sharing history, sharing everything, but they don't want to share success of the sport. The Tanzanians are leading by 12 frames to 9. They need to win 1 out of the remaining 4. It could be this. It could be the one between Isaiah Black Ninja taking on David Mbuthi. It could be Fahad Osman taking on Musa Mkwega. Now, if those 3 frames happening on 3 tables are somehow won by the Kenyans, then we shall have a decider. If the Tanzanians win one of them, that will be it. There goes Mrefu, showing his quality, but they cannot afford to miss any ball or lose any frame. The Kenyans, or else they lose the match entirely. Of course, it wouldn't be the end of the road, win or lose, but they are even harder jumps to make for either the Tanzanians or the Kenyans after this. The Zambians are waiting, the South Africans are waiting, the Zimbabweans are waiting, the Botswanans. The Eswatinians call them the Swazi. The Botswanans don't want me to call them so, they want me to call them in their way. They just call themselves the Botswan. Jackson Kariuki going for a relatively tough frame to finish, but he must try. Play, pot, bounce the cue off the cushion, move it closer to the two other yellows. The one that is close to the black should be the one that should be played next. It is the harder one to pot. But when you come to think of it, maybe its passage to the corner pocket on the left is blocked by another of Jackson's yellows. Maybe he will be putting the one that is rightwards of the two, draw the cue ball backwards into the red that is close to the black, and yellow maybe into the black, goes for top spin instead. Could be a safe snooker this. It was always going to be very difficult with that skill. In my opinion, backspin was more efficient if he directed it well into either the red or the black or the yellow. It could be the last chance for the Kenyans to try and win the match. It could as well be inconsequential if another of the Tanzanians wins any of the other two frames on two tables. Here comes the Black Ninja. Those chants are for the Tanzanians because this could be the winning frame of the match. That's why they are chanting the word ninja. He's nicknamed the Black Ninja. He has played himself out of cue ball. That's why they are silent. I'm not so certain now the yellow is portable with the sharp cut because it is so close to the jaw. You know the spot always keeps giving, eh? You never know what could happen if the Tanzanians lose this frame. If somehow BK can steal it away from Isaiah, you never know how motivating it could be for the Kenyans in the remaining frames. But it is the fact that the Tanzanians need to win 1 out of 4. Now see this. Those were hands of steel by BK. He could pot to the corner pocket bottom left, play the cue ball into the other red, closer, play it closer to the side pocket left, like that. Beautiful. He has nothing to do. He's looking behindwards because he wants to know how impactful his win could be if he wins, because it causes impact if his teammate as well wins, because the opponents need to win just 1 out of 4. Top spin cue ball off the right cushion. His aim is to put black now to the corner pocket bottom of the screen, and if he does, it will be a 10th for the Kenyan team. And he wins. What can Jackson Kariuki do in response? He puts the last yellow on the table as well. There was a very unexpected miss of a ball by Norbert Kobelo. It could be Kenya winning 2 frames within just seconds, if not a minute. They still have the fight in them, and they are still putting the black. It is Kenya 11 and Tanzania 12. Now it is 2 frames to go before they will be decided between Amadeus and Colin Sway. Let us first frame between Norbert Kobelo. Sorry, it is actually Musa Mukwega of Tanzania taking on Fahad Osman of Kenya. Remember, the Tanzanians need to win 1. The Kenyans now need to win 2. Musa Mukwega needing to pot red to the corner pocket left, draw the cue ball backwards off the right cushion. He could get himself snookered. He could play it to perfection. That is clearly proper shooting. I'm not certain red is possible to the side pocket on the right. Negotiating its way to avoid the black. From my camera angle, it is quite unlikely. He may need to chip the pocket even to stand half a chance. Chips the pocket and off. And snookers his opponent. He doesn't snooker. The match could be turning on its head, ladies and gentlemen. The Kenyan player, British, is seemingly celebrating just this chance given to the experienced Fahad Osman to win this frame, which if he does, he turns the last frame between Amadeus and Colin Sway as a decider. And from a neutral perspective, you just wish it happens that way, because the game needs to end as tight can be. Could pop the cue ball. It is in. Very, 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 very painful for the Kenyans. Very jubilant the Tanzanians are, seem to be led by the media girl Halima, shouting very emotionally at a chance that was almost blown away, but a chance that has come back to them almost by pure invitation. It is now Musa Mukwega aiming for red to the corner pocket stop, and it's in, and the rest is a formality. Tanzania wins the frame that is last on the table between Colin Sway and Amadeus will only be purely academic. Otherwise, it is congratulations Tanzania and hard luck Kenya. The score is 13 frames to 11. This will be a little inconsequential, maybe for the players to improve their scores and their ranking by the AAPA. Let's watch it up. But for now, congratulations to the Taifa Pollsters.